Extreme heat. What do you class as too hot?
Well, I'd like the viewers watching just to drop in the comments what pond temperatures they actually hit ambiently. I'm curious to know because I seem to think even with that extreme heat, it didn't really do what it probably needed to. My polytunnels, I think the water tapped out at 31 degrees on the hottest day.
So did that damage any Benny?
No.
No.
Only Benny that was on the way out anyway. A couple of fish that I knew were on rocky grounds, and it just helped push them over the edge. But no, it didn't. It didn't touch the colour.
Right.
Sumi hates it. Sumi hates it.
Yeah.
It drives me mad. But no, Benny, no.
Yeah, I've got IO 24. So the night before we had that really hot day, I turned the heater off altogether so it won't kick in at night.
Yeah.
And then it went up to, I think 27.3 is the highest I went.
Yeah.
But that was it. After that, it chilled out.
Yeah. All that heat does with Benny, it generally, don't get me wrong, if you're pushing extreme heat for a long time, so if you're hitting that 25 and above, you're pushing the fish really hard, you are going to stretch that colour. There's no doubt. But this is why I do use colour food and use it quite a lot, because I've got to support that colour as I'm stretching it out and try and help push it back through. But what it does with poor quality fish, it just exposes bad Benny. If that fish cannot hack it, it's going to fall apart. The minute you hit that sort of heat and that growth pattern, that Benny's gone. It just exposes poor quality.
Yeah, I'm with you. And the Sumi, I had the Black Diamonds coat because mine didn't do that well.
No, mate, that already started. I was expecting this when I bought them. I had a conversation with Chris because ultimately, strip it all back, it's a common reel. And normally, any common reel, the minute I get them in an intensive growth cycle, this is why they're such elusive beasts when you want a high quality big common reel. The minute the heat hit, and I'm only talking my sort of 24, 25s, even then it was holding out. It's when then the growth come and I started really pushing the body and the length out, it just drops off.
Yeah.
But this is what happened. But the Sumi that dropped off, some that's already started re-emerging, which is a normal part of the process, is looking even better than when we started. And that is the normal part of the process. And you'll probably find a completely new pattern will re-emerge by the time, winter, when you're deep into winter sort of hits.
Yeah, I'm with you. See, I noticed with mine. So mine last year, it dropped off, almost went white.
Mm-hmm.
Then in winter, came back, and by the time we'd got to April, and I brought the temperature up to 18, and then I held it there for quite a while just to get everything working again.
Yeah.
And the Sumi was coming, looked great.
Yeah.
Went fishing, came back, and it was white again. It was literally like, walked up to the pond, I was like, where's your colour gone?
They are fascinating. Sumi's fascinating stuff anyway, temperature, sort of stress, how stress can affect it as well. It really is a bit of a mind bender at times, but I did quite well not to swear then, what was in my head. But yeah, it's an interesting one. But yeah, you just got to ride it out. But the extreme heat normally is always going to knock it back. And even with any we show or go Sankey as well, at certain ages, what I tend to find is even sometimes Nisai going into Sanzai, you'll have a phase where as you sort of kick the heat back up, you can knock the Sumi back. But there comes a point normally sort of Sanzai and beyond where the genetics will kick in and the age part of the Sumi progression will help push it up. But it's also why if you're conditioning fish for a show, you do want to try and avoid those excessive temperatures, sort of maxing out at sort of 22 probably to try and keep it stable. But things aren't always possible.
Yeah.
But as you say, 18 is a magical temperature for fish conditioning in general. And Sumi, everyone thinks excessively cold water is good for Sumi. 18 degrees, absolutely magical.